We wanted to welcome you to our webinar today for the month of November. We're excited to have you again. I say that every single time. I usually start with like the exact same stuff I say every single time. So what we should start doing is just playing the webinar we did before. You can hear that real quick and then we can move on to the good stuff. But anyway, we have Alex at the controls. So any questions that you have, please sign in. You do not have to register for an account to ask questions. It will have you, it has you do something to ask questions. Isn't that right, Alex? Yep. So it'll have you do something, but you're not actually registering for anything. So any questions you have, please type them into the chat box. Alex will read them out loud to me, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Today we're excited. We only have 2 more webinars this year, this one and then the one next month, which we're excited about. We're going to be unveiling a new product, so we're pretty excited for that. And you should definitely stay tuned for the December webinar. We actually might be doing a get to know your sales rep too, which I thought was a stupid idea, but apparently the sales reps like it. So chime in. Do you want to meet your sales reps on the next webinar? Yes or no? That's how you can chime in first. Do you want to meet your sales rep? And we'll let you know if we're going to do it next month. But we are unveiling a new product next month, which is going to be really, really exciting and cool. So stay tuned. Today we are going to quickly, and again, this will be pretty short because it's a simple product, but it's a product that is very, meets a really unique need. And actually could be a product that, something that you never thought about. Now when you see applications as you're going out into the field, you might say, hey, that product that Transmitter Solutions showed in November would be a perfect fit for this. We think it is really, really cool. It's inexpensive, and it's got kind of a wow factor to it, which we know end users really, really like. So today we're going to be talking about the Hive DLR, which is the receiver that I have hooked up here. This is the Hive DLR. This is, and I'm going to show you the manual here in just a minute, a multifunctional, hands-free access control receiver that we have. So the functions that it does, it will do standalone mode. So if you have a job, a door, a gate, a garage, whatever type of opening that you have, it will work on. In standalone mode, you have 100 memory that can be programmed into this thing. So it will hold 100 of the hands-free remotes that we're going to show you here in just a minute. So you have standalone mode, it will hold 100 memory, and then it's just going to be a dry contact output, which is exactly how I have it wired into this automatic door operator. Just have normally open and common wired up and then power. So you have standalone mode, 100 memory, and then the other really cool thing that it does is it does Wiegand mode. Wiegand 26-bit output, so you can hook it into any Wiegand 26-bit access control system, and the hands-free remotes have a facility code and a serial number printed on them. So you can program them in like any transmitter or like any card that you want, but it's all going to be hands-free. So some of the applications that this is used for, handicap access, very, very popular for handicap access. Someone in a wheelchair could come up to the door. It could be on their wheelchair or on their persons, and it's automatically going to recognize the transmitter and trigger the door. So again, that can be wired into an existing access control or total standalone mode. Some of the really cool things that it can do, you see we have 2 potentiometers here. One is for the distance that it will read, so you can tune the distance from anything down from about 5 feet all the way up to about 100 feet is that range that you're going to have, and you just have a small potentiometer that you can change that. And then we also have a delay up there at the top right, which only applies when you're in Wiegand mode. So when you're in Wiegand mode, you can say only read this tag once every X amount of seconds, or you can have it sending through all the time. So once it reads, it won't read it again until the time has passed. So when this was built, it was really built to be able to go into any application. So again, some of the applications are handicap access. If you've got doors where people just want to use hands-free, senior citizen communities, you could even use it on gates if you want. It's not, I'll be very clear when I say this, it's not going to replace, nor did we intend for this to replace UHF readers. UHF readers are, they work better when they're inside cars. But this is actually a very inexpensive option. So this part here is very inexpensive, and then the remotes are going to be about the price of a remote. So you don't have to go all in on someone that wants hands-free access and they want to stick with physical credentials. You don't have to go all in on the cost with an antenna or reader being really expensive. You can go this route and get this for very inexpensive, and then the transmitters that go with it. So it's a really cool product. What I want to do is I want to jump over and show you the manual so we can just talk about some of the ins and outs of it. You can see the door just triggered. So again, everything that we get is from our website, transformationssolutions.com. This one, if I go to our products, we keep this under receivers. And if you scroll down here, Hive DLR receiver, okay? We've actually done a little video on it before, so you can kind of watch that. But what I want to show you is the manual, because this is just a very simple product to install and to use. I installed it this morning on that automatic door operator. It took me about 10 minutes. I programmed in a remote, and I was done. So it will do 12 or 24 volt AC DC, so it can be used for automatic doors, which sometimes use AC. It can be used for automatic gates. I mean, it's going to be used for anything, 12 or 24 volt AC DC. It's got a relay on it for standalone mode, so you can see jumper J3 is where you're going to decide if the unit is relay or Wiegand. So you can do standalone, again, 100 capacity memory, or Wiegand, which is then it's just a pass-through for Wiegand and can act like any card reader or UHF reader or anything like that. And then you've got your inputs on the bus down below that are going to be for data 0, data 1, and ground, or your normally closed, common, normally open, and your power, everything right there, okay? And then you can see there's the LED light, which you'll see, which is going to indicate, depending on if it's in Wiegand mode or relay mode, what's going on. So you have an indicator of what's going on with the LEDs. And then you've got your T2, that's going to be the delay in Wiegand mode. So this is where you can say only read a tag after X amount of seconds, and you can see it shows you your positions 1 through 9, starting at a 5-second delay all the way up to the maximum of a 4-minute delay when it's in Wiegand mode. So that means if someone walks up to the door, it reads their tag, and they stop and they stand there and they have a conversation with somebody. It's not going to keep reading that over and over and over and over and filling up the access control log. So you won't see the same tag read a bunch of times if they just decide they want to stop and stand there and have a conversation, or they forgot something. And then you've got the standalone mode, which you can see here, which shows you how to add and remove tags, which is super easy, which I'll show you how to do here in just a minute. And then you've got the sensitivity adjustment, T1 on that potentiometer, which you can see 0 is the max, 20 meters, which is going to be about, 60 feet is the breakdown, but you can, open space, you're going to get more than that. And you can get it all the way down to 1 meter, which is 3 feet at a setting of 9. So, again, it is a very, very simple, like I said, this is probably going to be one of our shortest webinars, but we wanted to introduce you to something that, the goal here is for you to go, okay, there's another idea for something that I have that when I go to a job application, especially something where they're looking for something hands-free. When they're looking for something for hands-free, I think most of our thoughts on doors, I mean, there's not a lot of options for access control doors. You've got UHF readers for gates, which work extremely good, and we have good offerings there. But when you have a customer that says, hey, I've got these 4 exterior doors or these 4 interior doors at the senior citizen community, or whatever it may be, a business of any kind, and I don't want to have to scan, I don't want to give my people cards because maybe they're driving around on forklifts, or maybe they just walk around and it's a production facility or something like that, and they need hospitals, clean hands, something like that. They can walk up with the transmitter in their pocket. It's going to automatically trigger and open this. Now I'm going to show you the transmitter. I left it out of the way so it wouldn't just keep opening and closing the door. So you can see I've brought it in range now of this door, and it just opened. I didn't push any buttons. So this is what the transmitter looks like. Let's see if I can get you a good angle here. It is the Firefly housing without a button. Excuse me. So you can see it's just blank. It's just a board. There's a C32 battery inside there. And you can see that it has the facility code and serial number printed on the back. So if you're using Wiegand mode, you're able to do that. This battery is always, you can see I'm just triggering the heck out of this thing now. I'm in standalone, so I didn't set a delay. The battery is going to last you about a year to a year and a half, probably most close to a year and a half, because it's always looking for that to be in range. But you just put this in your pocket, I have 2 of them that I programmed in. I'll show you how you program them in. You put these in your pocket, you walk towards the door, and because it just triggered me a second ago, it's not going to. And then it will automatically open the door based off of the range that you've set on the T1 potentiometer. And you can see that I keep triggering the door. Okay? So all you have to do to program in a remote is there is a button right here. See if I go get smashed by the door. There's a red learn button like all of our other transmitters have on them. Press and hold. See the LED is white, which means standby mode. Press and hold until you get green. You have to hold the remote close about an inch, and these are already programmed in, so it's not going to happen, but this light, it might happen if we're lucky. This light would blink green, but it already has this programmed into it. So that light would blink, saying, okay, I learned that in, and that's what you're going to do in standalone mode. And again, you have 100 memory that you can use in standalone mode. In Wiegand mode, there's no programming that you have to do, because all you're going to do is you're going to use your data 0, data 1, and ground inputs, or excuse me, outputs. It's going to output that to your Wiegand access control, and then it's just going to pass the information that's printed on the back of that remote. And then it would be up to the manager or you to program in the facility code in this, and the number of that. So the application would be, you've got this in your pocket, you walk up to the door, and the door is going to trigger. Okay? And I didn't touch anything. So it's actually, it's a super unique thing that hopefully you guys are sitting back thinking, oh man, I've got a lot of applications that this would fit perfect for. I have it wired up to an automatic door, but it doesn't have to be an automatic door. So I think some of the unique ones might be if you've got a property with like a card reader on a pool or something like that, you could throw this on there and be like, hey, just walk up to it, it's going to unlock. Okay, so anytime that they need hands-free access, this is going to be an awesome tool for you to have now. And again, standalone mode or Wiegand mode. So there's really no application that it won't work on. That's it. That's the Hive DLR. A quick overview of what it is, how it works. You can see it's super simple to use, really easy to wire up, extremely easy to program, and then it gives you really cool functionality. So any questions that we have? I'm going to keep triggering this door with these remotes. I'm going to set them off to the side here. Okay, please let me know what questions you have. Hopefully this was informative. Again, I try to compact as much information in as I can in a short amount of time while also making it so that you feel like you understand the product. And this one, there's not a lot to it. Again, next month we're excuse me, we're going to do a webinar on a new product. And did anybody vote on if they want to meet their sales rep in the next webinar? We try not to let them out of their offices because, well, you'd probably stop buying from them if you saw them. So we don't really want to show them too much. That was a joke, by the way. They'll watch this and hate me. But let me know if you're interested in that. And then stay tuned for next month because we do have a really cool product we're releasing. Let me know any questions you have. Alex and I are going to stick around. We'll check the chat log. Any questions you have, we'll answer for you. Thank you so much for attending. That was really short. Hopefully informative. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.